a scene from the new Jean-Claude Van Damme movie, Sudden Death. In it, the action star single-handedly battles the terrorists who've taken control of the Igloo in Pittsburgh during the final game of the Stanley Cup. Jean-Claude Van Damme is joining us from the Igloo in Pittsburgh, where the Penguins are practicing behind him, and you're talking about sudden death. Hello, good morning.
Hi, Valerie. How are you?
I'm well. Now, I love the fact that you're Canadian in this movie. I guess this is how they explain the accent.
Absolutely. But, I mean, slowly the audience, they don't care no more because they're saying your accent is sexy, so who knows?
Oh, we think so. And look, what I love, too, is when the vice president walks into the hockey dressing room and he says, "You guys, Republican or Democrats?" And they say, "We're Canadians."
That's right.
We cheer then, you know.
Was a good one, huh?
Yeah. Now, did you play hockey? I mean, does hockey interest you at all? I mean, you end up being a goalie out there.
To be honest, I was very excited about the concept of the game and another story in the same time. So I was not a fan. Then I started to train hockey for the movie, and I became crazy about it for 4 weeks. And because I did lots of skiing before, I was okay with my balance. But when you play goalie, you have lots of padding. So no matter what happened, you know, you're like in a big bed somewhere.
Well, thank God, because there is, again, a classic scene where they're coming at you. I mean, there isn't a kid in this country who hasn't had that fear of someone on a breakaway coming at them about to shoot. And you're the goalie, you got to stop it.
Stop that puck. But also, those guys were nice to me. I mean, they're professional people, and they're very big and very strong, but they came full speed, but they stopped in the right time, like on the ice, you know?
Yeah.
So I've got to trust them.
Now, karate is what you started out at. You became a world champion. I love the line your father said it was the best $100 he ever invested. I mean, this changed your life from sort of a skinny, awkward kid to a powerhouse?
I was not too strong physically, and I was okay mentally, and martial arts really built me physically and mentally, because the biggest fight in my life was against myself. I was very insecure physically, and still I am mentally. So that's why I'm doing better every day. At least I'm trying, and I want everything perfect in life. And martial arts really helped me. When I came in this country, in the US, with my dream to become a movie star, it was like martial arts. White belt, brown, black belt. Same with movies. I start C movies, C+, B, B+, and now A movie, Sudden Death.
So this is all part of the plan. This is your A-list movie now. Now you're up there with, you know, Stallone and those guys, the action hero Schwarzenegger.
I'm trying my best, Valerie. I'm trying my best.
But you talk about the Hollywood dream. I mean, the story you've told many times is unbelievable. I mean, you left a pretty successful business in Belgium to become a star. You worked as a taxi driver, a pizza delivery guy. You stuck your picture under people's windshield wipers. You begged for stardom, and it worked.
Yeah, it worked because I was obsessed with movies. I was dreaming about movies since I was 11, 12. I talked to my father. He said, "You're crazy. Will never work. I mean, it's a big country, lots of people. You don't speak the language." Then I go to my mother, and she said, "If you want to do it, you'll make it, but don't tell your father." So I grew and I became more strong in my head, and I left Belgium. And I was pushing every day. I was like obsessed about movies, day and night, and people said, "Jean-Claude, just take it easy." It was like a mission for like 6, 7 years, and one day, boom, Bloodsport, my first shot, and I became successful. So it's like, just
to back up for a sec, to get Bloodsport though, you had to corner the producer in a restaurant and do a kick above his head and say, "I'm strong. I can be the next Stallone. Maybe you'll make money off me. I'm a young Chuck Norris. Hire me." Yeah,
no, you know, when I came in the U.S., I mean, the only way for me as a Frenchman, a Belgian man, to make in the business, because my accent, it was to do a physical movie. I knew I was good with martial arts. I knew that guy, and many guys like him were doing those low-budget movies. So I did a demonstration on the street when he came out of a restaurant with some buyers, I don't know, from Japan and Korea, and I did my stuff, you know, and I'll go, and he looked at those guys, and he gave me a card, and he said, come next day to my office, and we'll talk. Next day I was there, and I waited all day in the office, I mean, in the lobby, and finally he gave me a script, Bloodsport, and I was like, wow. But it took like 6, 7 years, and I did those demonstrations maybe like every day, like a clown.
Do you find, though, that people are now doing that to you? Jean-Claude Van Damme, you should understand more than anybody. Help me make it. Help me be a star. Watch me.
Yes, absolutely. And I did a movie called The Quest. That's for later. But I use all new faces and new guys in my movies. And I give chance to lots of people because I can see myself the way I was 10 years ago.
Can you cool it a little bit now? I mean, you say people were saying you're too intense. Well, now, I mean, you've been a steam shovel, but you've made it. You've got your A-list action movie now. Can you just, you know, relax a little bit, or are you still as intense about your career and what you're going to do?
Oh, I'm just staring, Valerie, because I did so many small movies with very simple stories. Now I've got to do my homework. That means I've got to find and to chase good directors and good scripts. And I want to make movies like, even action movies, but more sophisticated because people, they became very smart because the media in films. And it's good to do an action movie with lots of sense and story and relationship and drama. So that's my next mission.
Now, I was looking for the splits this time. I figure you're wearing goalie pads in this movie.
Oh, the split.
Yeah, did you not do the splits in this one? I couldn't tell if you did in your goalie pads or not. I mean, this is the signature. Or you decide to say, no more splits.
It will not work with the movie because Sun Death, it's close to be real, you know, with all the bombing in Paris and Japan and in the world. And if I start to do a split or show some biceps, it's like he's a thing, like a toy. So I want to play like a normal guy, a father who's divorced, who's got problem with his life, and even with his kids. And slowly he'll become a hero in the movie because his kids are in danger.
Yeah.
And every parent will do the same.
Now, I think you should go down on the ice and tell the Penguins to take a few shots at you. I thought you were awesome.
Oh, thank you.
See you, Jean-Claude.
Love you.
Au revoir.
Bye-bye.
Merci mille fois.
Okay.
We'll be back.
Messieurs, voici